like and subscribe or bad luck. So the collab is finally here, and it seems I was right. 3.4 is mostly a skip patch, and I will even be pulling an alloy where I will not be claiming Archer and letting it expire. And well, about that, now that the event is actually out, I tried to skip him. Trust me, I tried. When the claim screen came up, I tried to close out of it, but it wouldn't let me. So I ulted forward out and logged back in. For a split second, I thought I got around it. I thought it was free, but there wasn't an event tab that they used so you could claim it. I decided to check my characters and yeah, this is kind of bullshit. How come they let you skip Dr. Ratio, but not him? This is a blight on my account, and I wish Hoyer to change it so I can get rid of this parasite. But hey, I am not here to senselessly hate on the collab. I will be breaking down each part of the collab and pointing out my issues as we go. Collab section. First of all, we have the concept itself. In the original video, I said the only way that I'd be happy with a fake collab is if we got someone from Prisma Ilya. Yes, I know it's Fate Stay Night, and I always knew it was, because it said that from the start, obviously. I joked about only liking it if it was Ilya, because I knew it obviously wasn't Ilya. The joke is, I knew I wouldn't like it. So no, I've never seen, nor do I care to see Fate Stay Night. I've seen it come up a few times, but it's just not the kind of anime I would be into. Now, I wouldn't say I like Ilya as much as Kuro, I just like Maho Shoujo. So I watched it. Since I kinda already subconsciously decided I wouldn't like Stay Night a while ago, even if I would have liked it in the past, if I tried to like it now, I wouldn't be able to. That's just how the brain works sometimes. It is what it is. It is what it is. Maybe sometime in the future when I catch up on all my plan to watch off my Mal, I can do a video about all my poor anime taste. That is if I actually ever start to catch up. Anyways, collabs always feel out of place. It's like if I was playing Skyrim and I was having fun exploring the world of Elder Scrolls, Whiterun. It's a nice city, stays in the theme, then it goes to Solitude, same thing, etc, right? But then out of nowhere, there's a huge banner ad for another IP and characters from the IP randomly coming in and stuff like from the IP is forced onto you. It's a huge advertisement for the game, movie, anime, or whatever. It's to entice you to look at their IP, right? I get advertising. I understand. It's necessary. But I do not want to interact or get an ad for a new IP in another game I am already trying to play. It's just annoying. Let's be real. If I find interest in your kind of IP, I probably would have already seen or interacted with it. The point of advertising is to bring in new eyes on your IP, but this kind of advertising is falling on deaf ears. The people who like it, great. They're happy. The ones that don't just get annoyed as shit by it, and it takes away immersion of the game is trying to leech off of. Not to mention how it also takes attention, dev time, and resources away from the core game. Now it can't be all negative. If there's a gacha company I can trust to do a collab, it's Hoyo. They have been collabing with themselves for a long time, and they have done a great job making each character their own. Raiden, Yai, Grania, that's probably the three they did the most with. Even Alloy, yes, the Alloy, the way she was done was actually pretty well done. For a collab, that is. Of course, for a collab. I'm talking for a collab. They tried to make it lore accurate. If you watch the promotional material, it didn't intrude much on the world. Well, so you could actually skip her too. If Aloy is like a small sidebar ad, then the fake collab is a pop-up tab that autoplays a loud video without your permission. The only thing she truly did wrong was be ugly and have a dog shit kit. And that's an unforgivable sin in the gacha world. Character choice. Now, to the characters. What the fuck are they doing? The whole point is to be an advertisement for Fate Stay Night, right? So why did they pick the most bland, generic characters? Saber is just a generic knight and looks like a Jean knockoff. I actually consider Jean's design to be pretty bland, but when you put it next to Saber, Jean's design actually looks pretty good. You could tell me Archer is just a new NPC in the next update, and I'd believe you.
You're boring!
I get they're supposed to be classic characters for people who like the series already, but if you want to bring in new eyes, like the goal of doing a collab is, they're kind of shooting themselves in the foot. Not only are they annoying people already uninterested in the IP, they're doing themselves a disservice by not using any of their more interesting characters to bring people in who are in the middle, which I guess is a tall order. I wrote that before I looked at the Fate Stay Night wiki, and the only interesting characters I found were Merlin and, funnily enough, Nanoha Takamachi, who it's actually a fake character and it's just a crossover one. Now I'm thinking of why use Stay Night at all? It seems like the least interesting part their IP can offer. I almost feel bad for Hoyo and HSR devs. It's like they're getting the shit in the stick. I know Fate has to have some good characters, besides Fate Ilia, of course, because nothing can top that. Let's be real. So I went to look at other wikis to see more Fate characters. Then I landed on a Fate Grand Order wiki. It seems that the characters and the qualities this side of the IP is 5 times that of Stay Night. If I were to try and list every character that caught my eye just briefly scrolling through the wiki, this video would be an hour long. It's baffling as to why they chose Stay Night, and as to why Hoyo even accepted this. It seems the Fate Grand Order just has more to offer. Animation section. Okay, the designs are mid and they look bad. Surely they can make it up by some awesome animation. What the fuck? Okay, now I am feeling bad for the Fate guys. Hoyo really went mid with their animations. Not to mention they are right next to Finon, who completely mogs them both in animation and a bit in design. His base design is pretty boring, I'll admit, but when he transforms in his ult, that's pretty cool. But Saber, what? Gets a bigger sword and swings it and does a Jean skill? Don't forget, Yunli already did that better. She has a way bigger and cooler sword too. Now with Archer, if he is, well, an archer, why would he have dual swords? Okay, I might be nitpicking with that. And what I got from the event is that might actually be on purpose. So never mind, I guess. I did think it was kind of funny though. But still, having his skill be a glorified March 7th basic isn't it. I will give his ult some credit though. I like the domain expansion thing, I will admit that. But after that, you don't really do much with it. He summons swords and moves his arm once, like that's it. It is especially bad when you compare it with Finon, who will be running alongside them, who opens this domain and has 3 different moves he can do, all with a lot of work and effects put into it. And in one of them, he uses a fucking planet to crush enemies. A fucking planet to crush enemies, okay? And after that's all done, he does this one final fucking cool badass Giga attack nuke. It looks so good. Now I do want to say I'm not exactly a finance simp, okay? He did have to grow on me. I'm just being objective. And to me, Saber and Archer have 4-star tier animations. Actually, some 4 stars have better looking animations than them. So that's not a fair comparison. I feel like I should give a disclaimer. I'm not just a hater, okay? I know I'm gonna be accused of it. I will know when someone doesn't watch the video, okay? I will know. I will know if you don't watch the video. I can give compliments to characters I don't like. I don't like Castorus. Even skipped her. I don't have Castorus on my account at all. I didn't even think about rolling for her. But I do think she has some of the best animations in the game. She is an anniversary unit, so I won't even try to compare them to the collab because it's too unfair. It's just one example. If I was Fate, I'd want Hoyo to make some animations that are on par with the best they have at least. Now with the story. Write the section when you do the story. Wait, I was just supposed to leave that in the script? Story section. Now, this is where I would like to put down a detailed breakthrough of why it's all bad and nothing good, but Hoyo knows how to write a story. It's not as bad as I expected, but it still has its problems. First of all, it's like I said, they just start throwing fate knowledge at you like it's nothing, and you're supposed to understand it. They take no time to explain anything to you in a way you can easily understand, and it's just one after the other. Maybe this is kind of on purpose to make you want to go and see the anime to understand it, but it doesn't really come off that way. It's just annoying. It's a big, useless knowledge dump. It just makes my brain shut off. Funnily enough, the best parts of the event are when they are not directly talking about fate and it's the Star Rail characters talking. A big part as to why I ended up enjoying this event is because of Scott. He has to be one of my favorite characters. He never fails to make me laugh when he is on screen. Also, they just constantly talk about Britain.
When I worked at Blizzard, I did that for Blizzard, 7 years, yeah. Blizzard. I used to work at Blizzard Entertainment.
And even mentioned Earth at one point. I know it exists in Honkai lore, but it really puts me off. I play games to get away from this prison, and every time it took me out of it. I found it quite annoying as with how often it was mentioned. Like if it was just once or twice, that would have been fine. But it was constantly mentioning it. And again, like I was saying, it just ended up annoying me. Conclusion. Despite all that, I had an alright time. Like I said, if I were to trust anyone to make a good collab event, it would be Hoyo. The combat event part is pretty fun though. Probably the second best part of the event. Behind Scott, of course. I am glad it wasn't a big event that lasted too long. It only took me about 3 hours to do all the story, and my worst fear of Fate getting its own planet and patch cycles didn't come to fruition. For that, I am glad. I'm not happy about Archer being forced on me though. Hoyo, please fix. Please, devs, listen. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. I don't often write video scripts, but this is probably my biggest one yet, which is like my second one, I guess. Tough competition it has, I know. I wrote a quick outline a few months ago, and during that whole time, I was trying to write out this video script. For comparison, here's what the original looked like. Then this is what the current script looks like. Yeah, a little over, or probably about 3 pages if I get rid of the line breaks and stuff. Honestly, it was quite fun and a lot of work, but I don't think I will be doing this again anytime soon. Well, that's it for now. I'll see you next time. Bye.